Hello and welcome back to the partnership panel with Newcastle for Intermediaries on large loans and complex income. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm Samantha Partington, freelance journalist for Mortgage Solutions. Across a series of 4 videos, we've been dissecting key areas of the mortgage market to discuss their challenges and opportunities and signposting brokers to the help they need to support their clients. These include the solutions and innovation the market can expect to see from lenders this year to support first-time buyers and the affordability challenges faced by all borrowers, the unique obstacles self-employed borrowers face when trying to obtain mortgage finance, and starting out in large loan lending, what brokers need to know. Large loans can present various challenges, such as non-standard income and complex property requirements. High-earning individuals or those with diverse financial situations often need a customised mortgage service to achieve the best results. We're going to take a closer look at this borrower type and the support available for brokers who receive an inquiry. Frankie, how would you sum up a large loan customer and the complexities that a broker might come across?
I think the complexities can be absolutely vast. I think the way that we would classify a large loan customer as opposed to a broker, an individual firm, and also the market itself, that can quite often overlap, but there'll be nuances which are a little bit different too. So at Newcastle, we would class as a large loan customer as someone who's looking for a loan from 500,000 up to 3 million, someone who probably has some non-standard income streams and probably less common outgoing streams as well. So what I mean by that is you could have some self-employed income, you could have some specific bonus payments, maybe ones that have been deferred, and maybe some additional sort of outgoings in terms of what we would class as school fees as well. In that scenario, I think what the broker's looking for is to really try and maximise affordability in a short-term basis for their client. Quite often, speed is of the essence here, but absolutely, we've talked about it all series, it's certainty as well. So from a Newcastle's perspective, the fact that you have the ability to speak to one of your business development managers who has direct access into our lead underwriting team, who have mandates to look at these cases, you've then got that sort of case shaping inquiry before you go ahead and use the new digital mortgage platform to submit the application itself. So you've got the certainty before you get the speed, which is then backed up with the service. But I think to try and wrap it all up in one, this customer is a little bit more complex. The income is maybe come from various sources and the outgoings may be a little bit different to what we would traditionally see.
Charlotte, could you give us a few examples of the income complexities that we mentioned that a broker might come across on an application from a large loan customer?
Yes, absolutely. We see examples of the use of non-standard income, so SIPs, we see RSUs, so retail stock units, and we accept that type of income. Again, on a case-by-case basis, we'll consider that approach. Additional income as well, that's always very welcomed in terms of our policy, so the use of up to 100% of commission, overtime, bonuses. And in addition to that, the flexibility around repayment strategies as well. So we see mixture of repayment, so capital and interest, and also interest only, and the different repayment strategies for interest only. So a lot of variances, yes.
So you're building up a picture there of how lenders, Newcastle specifically, is looking to really take into account as much income as can be proved. Just at the beginning, Frankie, you mentioned maximising short-term affordability. Could you just tell us a bit more about what you mean?
I'll try, for sure. I think I probably should have rephrased that a little bit, and that's more so around sort of maximising affordability in the short term. And what I mean by that is when we're looking at these clients who are potentially looking at larger loans, they want to move really, really quickly. And what they want to do is they want to know how much they can borrow as quickly as possible. And in the short term, they want to make sure that their repayments are as low as possible as well. Or certainly that's what I'm hearing from our broker population. So when you're looking at that, they might have multiple options longer term to be able to repay that mortgage, so in terms of repayment strategies, but they're looking for a lender in that specific sort of 2, 3, 4, 5 year period who can say, how much can I borrow, how much is the most maximum I can borrow in that position, and what is going to be my lowest repayment in that area. I think that presents us a great opportunity to Newcastle when you consider the 40-year mortgage term, you consider potentially taking earned income up to the age of 80, and then you add in the interest-only element alongside the case shaping pre-decision and principal discussions that we can have. Hopefully that gives the broker a little bit more confidence in terms of where at home we want to listen to them individual client needs and see if we can absolutely give a yes.
So, Tony, what support do brokers need, particularly those brokers who don't perhaps deal with many large loan complex income cases?
Yeah, good question, Sam. I mean, the first thing I would say is it's great to see so many lenders in this space now. I remember the day when firms had to qualify to talk to the large loan team or qualify to actually even have those cases underwritten in the first instance. So this is a real step forward and again, a sign of innovation and great to see other lenders, more lenders in this space, and in particular, work like Newcastle are doing to innovate in this space. So that's really, really helpful. Brokers don't tend to come across these cases every day. They are few and far between. So having the confidence of knowing where to go and which lenders, and more importantly, what that affordability criteria is really, really important. As Frank has already said, customers in this space tend to want to know what's the maximum I can borrow and over what period of time. So it's important that brokers have got that confidence. So again, a reminder of that criteria is crucial. Quite often there can be long lead times here because some customers want to know what's the maximum I can borrow because they're looking for that ideal turnkey property. So the role of the BDM in terms of ongoing communication and in turn with the underwriting team is critical. That relationship and service between the lender and the broker is absolutely critical to keeping the customer updated and, of course, a good customer outcome at the end.
And Frankie, is that something that Newcastle is on hand to offer brokers who perhaps are a bit daunted by one or two cases that they get like this every so often?
Yes, certainly, and there's certainly a number of firms as well who do specialise in this area, Tony, you're right. So I think there's two cohorts of brokers in this space. I'm really proud as to how we've brought this proposition to market because we built this for brokers in conjunction with brokers across the UK, and it's evolved over a period of time and it'll continue to evolve as well. So where we are today in terms of the service and the access, both from the business development team all the way through to our lead underwriting team, the fact that it's online from a large loan perspective, we can look at individual income streams and complex income streams, individual and unique properties too. We want to sort of hear your good lending decisions that may need a little bit of a tweak around the edges. I'm really pleased as to where we've got to, but I believe we want to continue working with our broker partners to take it to the next step. I think Tony alluded to it as well. We see this as an area now where there's a lot of different main high street banks and lenders have moved into this space, so it can be really difficult to stand out. I think what makes us stand out is we want to hear about how we can continually drive this proposition with that lens on responsible lending, but also helping people who achieve their home ownership aspirations across the UK.
That's good to know. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll draw things to a close there. Thanks to all my guests. I hope you enjoyed the series, and you can catch up on all episodes on mortgagesolutions.co.uk.